Hell or high water. Got another independent film for you. Now before I go on, let me explain. I actually saw this movie about 2 weeks ago, and when I saw it, I was really tired. I was kind of out of it. And well, I enjoyed the movie, but I didn't love it. And you know, it's got like a lot of critically acclaimed stuff for it right now, and I decided I'd take another look. Mostly because my brother was like, take another look. And so I just saw the movie 2 hours ago. And I'm glad that I did. Because Hell or High Water, folks, is a truly great movie. Starring Chris Pine, Ben Foster, Jeff Bridges, and Gil Birmingham, Hell or High Water is an excellent independent movie set in Texas. It, in all honesty, reminded me of No Country for Old Men in some ways, especially the tone. Well, it's not as dark as No Country for Old Men, but, you know, it's got that same kind of feel, you know. It's got, you know, Coen Brothers kind of vibes. The movie is also directed by David Mackenzie and written by Taylor Sheridan. Taylor Sheridan is a really good talent nowadays. He was the cop in Sons of Anarchy, the good cop, and he wrote Sicario, and now he wrote this movie. The guy is a talented actor and an even more talented writer. Now the story is about 2 brothers played by Chris Pine and Ben Foster who are robbing banks. Now I won't give you the reason for why they're robbing banks, but I will let you in on the fact that they are trying to raise a certain amount. And Jeff Bridges and Gil Birmingham, 2 cops, are on a mission to stop this money-taking business. Now those are just a few plot details. If you want more, you know, check out the trailer. Really, I just want to talk about the trailer just a little bit because the rendition of Knocking on Heaven's Door in that trailer playing over it, but back to the movie. Ultimately, at its core, Hell or High Water is not a movie about bank robberies. Yes, bank robberies take place and they move the story forward, but ultimately it is about the cultural degradation in the South, the fact that banks often are extremely greedy, and it's about family and what you'll do for it. The movie is tense. You really feel for the characters. The last act of this movie is pretty nuts. It's awesome though, really intense, but also, I mean, there are some shocking moments. Chris Pine's performance is fantastic. He's really kind of reserved in this. He's more held back, very subtle, but I mean, he is just fantastic. And that mustache, it's great. But you really feel for his character and why he's doing what he's doing. Ben Foster, as Chris Pine's brother, was also just awesome. Ben Foster's really good at playing unstable, kind of off-the-handle characters, and in this, no exception. He's great and insane. However, probably the best performance in this movie is Jeff Bridges. He is just, I mean, he's Jeff Bridges. He does his thing. He's incredible. He does everything he's supposed to do. He and his relationship with Gil Birmingham's character, it's hilarious. There's lots of racist jokes that go on, and it's just, the chemistry between them is hilarious. And you feel for both characters, and I mean, it's a good friendship. And I cannot talk about this movie without addressing the soundtrack. The soundtrack in Hell or High Water is amazing. Pretty much anything Nick Cave is attached to. I mean, he did the score for True Grit and a host of other movies. I mean, this guy is really fantastic. His song choices in this are just awesome. I've never heard most of the songs, and his musical score is also really great as well. Also, the cinematography in this movie is great. It reminds me of Coen Brothers movies. It's very crisp, very clear. Perfectly encapsulates the spirit of the West. And yeah, Taylor Sheridan's writing in this, I mean, it's great. To those who have seen the movie, some great lines involve Comanche. I won't spoil the line, but if you've seen the movie, I'm sure you'll agree that was a really great line. Also, Taylor Sheridan, he's just a master at chemistry between characters. The relationship between Chris Pine and his brother, Ben Foster, is just, you totally get who they are. They're very different, but you understand the relationship. And same with Jeff Bridges and Gil Birmingham, where they're just, it's hilarious to listen to them talk. As for flaws with this movie, I can't really think of any. It's just one of the best movies of the year, I've got to say. There's no particular flaws that I can think of. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know why I am the way I am. Hell or High Water gets an A. Now fill your hand, you son of a bitch! Go and support independent movies like this, okay, guys? You know, Swiss Army Man, Captain Fantastic, Bloodfather, this movie. They're all great movies, and they always say something. There are a lot of mainstream movies, blockbusters, that just don't do that, okay? And it's important for art to be good art that has something to say instead of just, you know, entertain you to death. So anyways, tell me, have you seen Hell or High Water? If so, please comment below, tell me what you thought of it. And please don't forget that if you like this video, please like it and subscribe, tell your friends about the channel, and always be an individual of true grit.